stars. I hope that you're doing so well today. If you're new here, my name is Molly and I create all sorts of content on this channel, from books to lifestyle, fashion, thrifting, all the things under the sun. Basically everything that makes my heart happy, and if it sounds like it'll make your heart happy, then please subscribe and like this video if you like it. As you saw in the title, it's a chit chat get ready with me. I haven't done one of these in a while, and I'm going to talk about grief process of losing my grandpa, my vegetable garden that I started this year, and a bunch of other random stuff. You can just set your phone down or your laptop down while I'm talking to you or talking with you, and you can get ready with me as well. You can clean, paint your room, maybe you're eating a meal. I'm just happy to be here with you, and I hope that you enjoy my chitty chatterness. That is me. I hope to upload some more videos in the coming weeks for you guys and get back into weekly uploads. But yeah, without further introduction, I'm just gonna get into the video and I hope you enjoy. Okay, so you saw my introduction. This is going to be a very chatty get ready with me. I haven't done one of these in a while, and I felt like it was just necessary to kind of jump back into filming for you guys and explain where I've been for the past 3 months and just kind of talk. And this is a great video if you have other stuff you're doing around the house or you want to get ready with me at the same time. Just like kind of a fun, more like podcasty video, so you don't have to really watch what I'm doing. It's not a tutorial or anything, but just more so to talk. So I actually started filming this and I was like, I need to restart. I've gone in with my moisturizer, and then I've been using this Peter Thomas Roth Max Mineral Tinted Sunscreen. It's broad spectrum SPF 45. It's pretty good, and then I mixed that with my e.l.f. Skin bronzing drops. This is the rose gold color. These are pretty cool, actually. I like them. And then I also have done my classic Maybelline Eraser concealer. I was like, what's that word? And then, oh, before all that, I did my e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. This one's the 4% niacinamide in there. It's basically gone. I've been doing Project Pan, so if you want videos of that, I'm happy to do those because I've been doing it for the past couple months now. I've done my blush. This is the YSL Make Me Blush liquid blush in number 44, and I actually might do a little bit more just because I think you always need a little bit more blush. Anywho, let's just dive in. So in the title I talked about grief, losing a grandparent. I don't really know what the title of this video will be exactly, but probably something to that degree. I'm just gonna dive in really deep right off the bat. Partially why I've been gone for so long. My grandpa Wayne, and he's the only grandpa I've ever known, passed away in March. So he got sick at the end of April, or oh my gosh, timing. He got sick at the end of February and then went through hospice and passed away on March 31st. Such a whirlwind. My grandpa was diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer, I think 3 years ago. He went through treatment, got into remission, which is great. That's the news you want. Just decided that he wasn't going to maintain his medication, and everything, all the scans looked good, so he's like, I'm just gonna stop, and if it comes back, it comes back. Like, I've lived a good life. He was around 87, 88 at this time, so he passed away when he was 90. He had just turned 90 this January. It ended up coming back. He was like, this is it. So they decided the end of life treatment, which is hospice. They weren't really sure how long it would take, but they were actually really shocked by how fast it was happening, which you don't really want to hear that, but also like I don't want him to suffer either. So that was really hard to watch and experience. I mean, I can't imagine what it was like for him in that case. To dive a little deeper, I've touched on it a few times, but my dad, Kirk, he passed away almost 11 years ago to cancer as well, or from cancer. Watching my grandpa, another father figure, pass away in such a similar way to my dad, who I love so dearly. I'm not saying loved because I still love my dad. It was really hard. I can't even like put words to it because you never really expect it to happen, and then it does. And it brought up a lot that I kind of I think shoved back in the way back of my mind when I lost my dad. So a lot of that came up for me, and yeah, I really miss them both so much. And grief is so funny, not funny haha, but funny weird. And it comes up so randomly. You can go a couple days and you feel okay. You feel like, you know, life's different, but like I'm doing better than I was, you know, 3 weeks ago. And then you see something, you see a car or a song that they loved comes on the radio, their favorite movies on, it sends you and you're just like, wow, they're really gone. My grandpa loved to garden, and he grew up on a farm in southern Minnesota. It was in his blood. He definitely had a green thumb. He actually had a vegetable and fruit garden here at my house, and I remember like running through the corn. We had pumpkins one year. We've done rhubarb and blackberries, strawberries, raspberries. I think there were onions and jalapenos and tomatoes, like the whole 9 yards. As he got older, he was like, it's just a lot to take care of. So I think once I was in like high school, he stopped, which is a long time. I mean, he had it since, there's a picture of me, maybe I'll pop it up on the screen, of when I was like 2, maybe 3. I was helping him out, more so just like watching what he was doing, and I was so enamored by his gardening skills, and his garden was just immaculate all the time. This one to like the one he had at my grandma and grandpa's house, he had such a talent for it. That's something I'll really miss about him for sure, is just like how beautiful it was and colorful and lush. So I did decide to start my own veggie garden in memory of him, and this is like so crazy, but when I was scouting out a spot for it, I kind of wanted it to be where his was originally, and grass has grown back very slowly and sporadically around that area. But I was like, Mom, is like this okay? And like, side note, I'm living at home to save money to buy a house, hopefully one day. So that's why I'm at home. I ended up picking out a spot. She was like, yeah, and she goes, oh my gosh, look. And I'm like, what? Wild strawberries were growing in the ground where my grandpa had strawberries 15 years ago. That was crazy. He stopped growing strawberries when I was like in elementary school because they were just so hard and finicky. But yeah, the garden eventually just became rhubarb and then like our raspberry and blackberry bush once I was in high school, which is why I said that he had it until I was in high school, but he wasn't really like tending to it anymore. My mom and I just grabbed a bunch of plant pots and we transplanted them, and I have a bunch of strawberries. My mom's like, these are a gift from heaven, and I'm like, totally. I totally think that was my grandpa, and I think it was a sign that that was the right spot to put the garden. And we made the garden bed out of old railroad ties. My dad, which like is a little influence from my dad, he was such a green person. He loved to help the environment as much as he could. He worked for an energy plant, and so he just was all about like conserving energy and helping our planet. So he would like find these most random things in the alleys of like St. Paul and stuff, and he found all these old railroad ties, and I don't know where he found those exactly, but we had a bunch of them, and they're kind of, you know, not in great condition anymore because they've been outside for so long. They were good enough to make a garden bed, so our family friend Tom came over and helped me make that garden bed a few weeks ago, and the first thing I planted were those strawberries. They're doing really well. I think only one died, but they've been regrowing and adding more leaves, and I'm like, it's just so awesome. I've been definitely struggling with the bunnies. They are no joke. I had heard about how bunnies can just like tear up your garden, but I had no idea until I've started my own battle with them. And I love animals like so much. It's funny for me to say that. I'm like, I'm actually so mad at this bunny clan like in my backyard, but they're a little evil. They're like a little evil clan of bunnies. They ate all of my beets, like all the beet leaves, and they ate all of my carrot leaves, and they ate all of my green bean stalks. Like, I grew from seed, you guys. I'm so sad. Kind of just like makeshift made this little barrier around my garden bed, and I think it's helped just a tiny bit. And then I've also been putting, because I'm trying to do it naturally, so to like deter them, I don't want to add chemicals and stuff, so I've been using old coffee grounds. I guess they don't like the smell. And then I've also been sprinkling chili powder around the garden bed. I've also tried companion planting, and I think it's helped a little bit, but I need to look more into that. Probably more so for next year because this is a learning year for me. But I try to think of what my grandpa would plant, and so I have those strawberries. I have tomatoes. I have a beefsteak tomato. I have like gold pear tomato, I think is what it's called. So like there'll be little grape looking tomatoes, or cherry tomatoes. I do have cherry tomatoes I'm growing by seed, and those finally came up. And then I have just like, it was a tomato rocket. You can get them at the dollar store. I had that in my stuff, and I didn't even buy that this year. It's like 3 years old, and stuff's coming up from it, so I thought, why not? It's just part of, you know, it's fun to experiment. And then starters, so 2 of the tomato plants I have were starters. They're going crazy. Maybe I'll pop up some video here, but yeah, they're going nuts. And then I also had beet starters, but those got all eaten. I mean, besides what's in the actual ground. So I planted beets by seed and those came up, but then those got eaten. So I mean, they're still in the ground, but I think they need the leaves to actually keep growing, so we'll see what happens. But I planted even more just because I'm determined. And then I got carrot starters. Those got kind of chowed on, but I'm hoping for the best. I planted cucumber by seed. Those are coming up. I planted pumpkins by seed. And those are coming up. They're beautiful. And I planted a sweet pepper starter, and that one's starting to plant like little or grow little tiny babies, so it'll probably be a while till I get an actual pepper, but I'm excited. And then first plant ever to come out, and like I think it's getting close to ready to harvest, is a jalapeno. I got a jalapeno starter and it's the cutest little tiny jalapeno, so I'm still letting it grow just a little bit more before I take it, but super exciting. I have basil, I have rosemary. I got holy basil as well because I think that's supposed to help deter rabbits and deer from my plants. Also planted those green beans, and I planted even more because I was like, ugh. And then I found some like spicy habanero pepper seeds, so planted those, and I guess we'll just see what happens. If you keep hearing my cat, he's extremely needy out of the two. He's a very needy cat, but we love him anyways. So that's kind of my little garden life update with my grandpa passing. If anyone is curious and like wants me to talk more about grief and how I've dealt with it, like processing stuff, I'm happy to talk about that in another video and be like more in depth about it. That is the main reason I've been gone, just spending a lot of time with family, processing the grief. I mean, grief is kind of this never-ending process. It'll go on for years, but one analogy I've heard is it's this giant rock that's in your pocket and it's really heavy, and that's the grief. And as time goes on, it gets a little less heavy, and eventually it's this little tiny pebble, but it's still there, and you're always going to have it in your pocket or in your bag. It's always going to be there. Right now it's pretty big still, but I have my good and bad days just like anybody, and I'm just happy to be creating for you guys. And I really do want to upload weekly videos again, and I know I can do it. I just have to find time. I need to get better with my time management, something I'm working on. I didn't really talk a lot about stuff other than my grandpa passing and then my garden, but just rapid fire a few other updates. I still have my full-time job. I work 8 to 5 Monday through Friday. We love a full-time working girly. Woo! I still love to thrift. I love thrifting. I love gardening. My little cute little garden back there. I also planted a floral memorial garden for my dad and my grandpa. That is also planted, which is super exciting. It has a bunch of different flowers. What else? Oh, I want to learn how to roller skate this summer. I've been wanting to do that for a couple summers. I kind of learned how a couple summers ago, and then I was like, I'm scared. So I really want to try this summer so that I can actually like go to roller rinks and like have a really fun time. That's something that I'm hoping to do with my like summer bucket list. I'm going to Florida in July with 2 of my best friends. Definitely film a video and probably put that on my second channel, which is Mobball16, and that's where I do like a lot of travel videos. I'm hoping to ramp those back up again as well. I have a few in the backlog, so I'm gonna work on those and get those up. I am still a plant mom. I have lots of house plants. I love reading, as you guys know. There will be lots of book content in the future. Maybe I'll talk about what books I want to bring on vacation with me. Yeah, if you are new, hi, what a way to come to my channel. But yeah, I create all sorts of content, as you just heard me blab, and I'm just so grateful that you're here. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Until then, shine bright.